You can let me out this door right now. First of all, you better get your information straight.
You want to hang her or get her help?
She needs help. She obviously needs help. She has 2 daughters. I would like to see her daughters have a good role model and not someone that would do some of the things she's done and have them have a nice, happy mom to look up to. That's the main reason why I want her to get help.
You heard me ask her, does she want to hang you or help you? And that I think that what she said goes too far. And what I want to ask you is if I go through a history and a timeline here and ask you some different questions, are you ready, willing, and prepared to be completely honest?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Well, think about that a second, because we all get asked that question, and the socially acceptable response is to say yes. But you know, we all go through life and we get shaped by our experiences, things that happen to us, and we react in different ways. And oftentimes we'll make a choice that maybe seems like a good idea at the time, and then next thing we know, we've kind of made a bad choice, and then that leads to another bad choice, and then we think, oh my God, I've made 2 bad choices, now I have to make a 3rd one, or the first 2 look really bad, and I don't know how to undo that. Are there things that you have said and done that, in fact of the matter, really weren't true?
In regards to?
Anything about all of this business about pregnancies and that sort of thing. What would you think of someone, I'm not even talking about you yet, but what would you think of someone that did lie about a pregnancy and the death of a baby and caused people to get their hopes up and then go through loss and grief and mourn? If somebody did that and it was made up and caused people all that pain, what would you think about a person like that?
I wouldn't think they were a great person. I think they'd have issues that they needed to deal with in life.
What do you think would make somebody do that? And again, I'm talking hypothetically, I'm not talking about you, I'm talking hypothetically. Why do you think somebody would do that if they did that?
I'd say relationship status, wanting to be pregnant.
Do you think that kind of person would be in a lot of pain themselves?
I'd say yeah. I would think they were.
I mean, it wouldn't necessarily be malicious. They might just be in a lot of pain themselves.
I'd say yeah.
Have you ever exaggerated your circumstance about being pregnant or being further along than you were, or declaring yourself pregnant before you were certain that you were pregnant?
Yeah.
How so?
Right after we got pregnant, and then shortly after getting pregnant, I took a pregnancy test and was sure that I was pregnant at the time, and some of the HCG was actually still from the prior pregnancy that was detected, and I got pregnant a couple weeks after the fact of thinking I was pregnant, yes.
So you thought you were pregnant, but you weren't, but then you got pregnant
Correct.
later. Are you pregnant right now?
Absolutely not.
Did you terminate a pregnancy in April of this year?
The end of March, early April? No, wasn't terminated.
What happened to that pregnancy?
It actually all went into my attempt as well. So.
Did you send a text to the father's sister that said that you had terminated the pregnancy and one baby was missed, so you're still going to be parents in October?
No.
Did you send this?
No.
Who sent that?
I don't even know what number that's from.
It was from your phone number.
Okay. I didn't send it.
Your current phone number.
Okay. I had already went through my attempt by this time. So if I sent this message, I was definitely on medication at that time.
Let's talk about your attempt, because in your pre-interview with us, you said, I took 108 pills, drank 3 miniature bottles of vodka, drove the car to a desolate location, The phone was pinged and the police found me. I was unconscious Tuesday through Thursday. Okay? But the police report on April 3rd of this year said a white van was driving recklessly, conducted a traffic stop. The driver took approximately 100 plus pills, multiple empty pill bottles located. In purse was a note, was sorry.
Well, I mean, the police report I can't acknowledge. The pre-interview I can't, obviously. The police report, I have no clue.
But then the hospital discharge said Amie only took 11 pills, 4 Xanax, 4 Elavil, 2 Aleve PM throughout the night, passed medical assistant exam, and were partying. Risk assessment denies active intent, urges or plan, denies suicide note, denies overdose being intentional, just an accident, combined alcohol and prescription medications, which she took extra. Well, which of the three is right?
The first one's accurate. The second one's obviously has to be accurate as well because it's the police report. The third one I stated I had took anywhere between 11 and 100 pills.
Were you not?
Absolutely. I was. Life was hell. Like, I was going through hell and back.
And what was going on at the time?
I was still dealing with a lot of issues with Courtney. Obviously, still going on with the hate pages. I was dealing with moving back. I had obviously had to leave, and I had permanently relocated to Florida by that time. I had been in a relationship. Courtney's hate page actually ended up messaging her, people off the page, messaged his whole entire family about my life and things of that nature. So I was just in a up and down whirlspin at that time.
This was a few days after you had a gender disclosure party?
Correct.
And the father asked you for proof that you were pregnant.
Correct. And he did get proof. He got hospital papers with blood results that I handed to him. And he still moved.
Well, actually, what he got was this discharge summary from April 1st, 2017, 10:18 p.m. Patient's name, Amie, and on discharge, vomiting and pregnancy.
Correct.
Zofran for nausea.
He also had, there was like several pieces of paper connected to that. There was labs and everything with that.
Well, there wasn't any pregnancy test with it.
The blood, the HCG. They would not diagnose me vomiting and
We
pregnancy.
asked you for it, and you didn't provide it. Any paperwork showing that you were pregnant, and you didn't provide it?
I provided one piece of paper to one of your staff members.
No?
This is only the one then that was taken out of my phone. That's the only one I had in my phone, so.
Have you said you were pregnant when you weren't?
No.
So when you were having that memorial service and releasing those balloons to memorialize Ava, that was legitimate?
Correct.
Is there any reason that I would have evidence to the contrary?
In regards to just me and my, pregnancy? No. I wouldn't think so. If there was a question, I'm sure I'd be able to answer it.
Okay, Amie claims that she endured the loss of her twins all alone.
And Ava.
And Ava. But messages from her Facebook sure make it appear as if the father was right by her side, giving a play-by-play.
Just to keep this straight, she's lying about a attempt. Because remember in part 1, she had sent a message that I think was supposed to be from someone else, but it was actually from her, saying Amie has committed, her body is here or something, and that wasn't true. So she claims that she took 100 pills, but she actually took 11 pills. I don't like to parse hairs when it comes to that sort of thing, because even if someone is trying to give a cry for help, that's still serious. At the same time, it does appear like maybe it's all fake. Maybe she was not even crying for help. Maybe she was orchestrating something to make it look like she's crying for help. I gotta love how Dr. Phil plays this so smoothly. He's like, why do you think a person might do this? I'm not talking about you, of course. I'm not talking about you. Somebody else. Why do you think someone else might do this? Yeah, gotta love that. All right, let's go.
We spoke with the father of Amie's alleged deceased first set of twins. He claims he's so embarrassed he believed Amie was pregnant twice that he's asked to remain anonymous. But here's what he had to say.
Amie claimed to have 2 pregnancies. The first one, she made it to 19 weeks, and I was actually on vacation, and she said that she had a miscarriage. And then a second pregnancy not long after that of twins, and once again I was on vacation, and she said that they were stillborn. I had never gotten to see any of the children. I was never at the hospital for it. She would never give me the chance to go to any of her appointments. I would take days off of work, but she would say that they got changed last minute. I did not see her name on any documents. I made a nursery in my home, and we had a baby shower. After the twins had that, I was just in disbelief and just was heartbroken. Like I said, I want to see their bodies. I want to see death certificate. I want to see hospital records. There's no record of her being at any hospital in a 100-mile radius. She just had two pictures of just two different babies. I can tell if they're dead or alive. Amie would change her story up. At one point, she said that she went to Chicago and she found a place that does lead abortions. That's one of my fears, that she had them somehow and they're living, and she's trying to keep that a secret from me. This is sort of like a game for her. She sees how much she can get away with, and then she just moves on to her next person that she can con. She's a sociopath. She's just a terrible person. It was a very stressful time and very depressing time in my life.
Well, that's the father, and he doesn't believe you, and it's caused a lot of pain in his life.
He doesn't, but I was throwing up so drastically that he was giving me fluids to keep that down.
Okay. Well, that doesn't change whether you were pregnant or not.
Yes.
And he doesn't believe that you were, not once but twice.
Okay, that's fine.
Here's some messages that Amie sent while in the hospital. It came from your phone during the twins' deaths. February 19th, 6:35 a.m. This is Amie's spouse. You and the group have come to mean a lot to Amie. Twins were born last night by emergency C-section. So
Didn't have my phone though. That's the thing. Just like I didn't have my phone and I didn't have access to this webpage. I pulled myself off of Facebook quite early.
okay, well, who's sending this message?
This is off of his phone.
It's your Facebook is what it is. I don't know whether you typed it from your phone or whatever.
I pulled access off of my Facebook.
Okay, February 20th, 8:54 a.m. Amie isn't aware of anything at this current time due to her blood loss. She doesn't know we have lost the son. She doesn't know daughter is now on life support. Amie did wake up today and she asked for the babies. We did have to tell her.
None of this ever happened though.
February 22nd, 8:08 a.m. Amie's bleeding has picked up. She received another unit of blood this morning. Daughter, seen no improvement. She still cannot support herself. February 23rd, 2:18 p.m. Amie has been awake for almost 2 to 3 hours. I'm sure she will soon post to the page when she's feeling up to it. Now, that's supposedly by him from the hospital to your page. Was he there or was he not there?
No, he definitely was not there, and that's not from me. I didn't have my phone on me for several days. Just like this online pregnancy page, I wasn't on Facebook for quite some time.
Okay, what day did you leave the hospital?
I can't recall. It's in the notes.
Well, the notes say you left the hospital on February 19th.
Well, it obviously wasn't the 19th. I mean, it's been 2
Well,
years.
that's the
I don't have the
notes.
dates.
Because on February 19th at 9:31 a.m., you said, made home. They can't keep you when you check out.
Okay, I still didn't have my phone though. It's a thing. All these text messages aren't coming from me. That's where this is like a big joke to Courtney because it's like some catfish because
But you're at home now, so you do have access to
no,
everything.
the phone, I didn't have the phone and I wasn't on Facebook. That phone had been misplaced. And then it's amazingly showed up, which is funny because our house never was locked. Courtney always had access to it. Her ex-husband always had access to our house.
Okay. Now, you went into the hospital when?
I don't recall the exact dates.
Well, you went in by helicopter, right?
No.
You said that you went into what hospital?
One in Chicago. I won't disclose it. And legally, I know I don't have to.
Well, you don't have to do anything.
Right.
But you didn't go into the hospital in Peoria?
No.
Well, here's a text message that you sent. You don't have to come to Peoria right now. His family is starting to arrive. I will text you once I've done all the paperwork with the people who handle the funeral. Courtney, did they take you by ambulance all the way to Peoria? Amie, no. Helicopter took 15 or 20 minutes of that.
Yep.
Okay, so you did go to Peoria.
No. I just didn't want Courtney to know where I was. We were not getting along at the time. I already said no, I was not in Peoria. It was none of her business where I was.
But it was in Illinois, just not Peoria.
What's in that area? I'm going to be honest, I don't feel like I owe them an explanation. And sitting up here, I certainly don't owe Courtney an explanation. I don't feel like I owe the family an explanation because if I did have to provide an explanation, I still wouldn't. Sitting here after going through counseling, what I've learned is it's my life. I'm going to grow and I'm going to change. My past is my past. If my dates are wrong, then I'm sorry. If I made mistakes, then I'm sorry. But that's not who I am now. That's 2 years ago. People need to grow up and move the heck on. But sitting on the stage, I'm going to tell you right now, if you want an honest opinion, I can't stand Courtney. Can't stand her. If you still have a hate page up 2 years later, there's a problem.
You got pregnant 4 weeks after you miscarried Ava with triplets, actually, right?
There was one, the spot. Yeah, there was a spot that they thought was yes.
Okay. It was 4 weeks after the miscarriage.
Sure, about 4 to 6 weeks.
Well, joining us is Dr. Nita Landry. She's a board-certified OBGYN and is one of the stars of the award-winning show, The Doctors. Dr. Nita, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Is it even possible for a woman to get pregnant 4 to 6 weeks after a miscarriage? That's a long shot, right?
Yeah, it's possible. Absolutely, knowing that it's twins or triplets within 4 to 6 weeks, that would not be possible. So that story in totality would not be possible, because once you ovulate, then you have to have fertilization, and then you have to have implantation, and then the babies need time to grow so that we can see it on sonogram. So within 4 to 6 weeks, that's not possible.
We didn't announce we were pregnant with twins or triplets until like 9 weeks. The photo we took is like 9 weeks because the HCG levels were off because of the miscarriage loss, which was the reason there was a positive pregnancy test to start with.
Well, that's not what you said before.
In regards to what?
To the pregnancy. In terms of the timeline of the pregnancy after Ava, the second pregnancy.
Yeah, we did get pregnant immediately.
What are the odds of getting pregnant that soon after?
It depends on the specific clinical situation. However, it's possible to get pregnant within a month after having a miscarriage. It's just that it takes a lot of people longer than that.
In the state of Illinois, and I'm sure it's true in any state, if there's a death of a child beyond 20 weeks, then there's a coroner's report, right?
Yes, there definitely should be some documentation of the baby being born and what happened, what transpired after that.
And there's no record with the coroner of any twin deaths beyond 20 weeks.
Okay.
Why not?
I'm not going to disclose that information.
Disclose what? I'm not asking you to disclose
In regards
information.
to, there's obviously not a report. I will say, okay, there's not a report, and agree with you that you can't find a report.
Why are you different? Why do you, out of everybody in the
I'm
state
not
of Illinois,
different.
don't have
I'm
to
not.
disclose?
No, I'm not saying I don't have to disclose the fact of dead babies. First of all, I'm not saying I don't have to disclose the fact of dead babies. I'm saying I do not have to disclose why there's not a report on file in my circumstances. I'm not going to address the circumstances of this issue, like this particular issue. I know what you're asking me. I mean, I could sit on your stage and I may look like a total to you, and that's fine, but there's certain stuff I'm not going to disclose. I don't owe an explanation. I don't. Not for this.
Did you send pictures of the children after they were deceased?
Nope, because I don't have pictures of the deceased.
Did you have the babies cremated?
I'm not going to answer that. I didn't come on the show to talk about the baby. I didn't come on the show to talk about it.
Listen, I'm trying to clear your name so you don't have to
But
put
the
up
thing
with
is,
this
I
stuff.
realized going through therapy, I don't need to clear my name. My name's fine with me. I know what's right when I go to sleep at night. I don't owe Courtney an explanation. Fact of the matter is, it's coming down to criminal charges for her, and she can keep putting stuff on the pages. It's been 2 years. It's cyberbullying. It's severe criminal harassment. I'm not above the law whatsoever, but I know what legal rights I have, and I don't have to explain them to Courtney.
So she's really getting nervous here. Can you tell? Look at her body language. Her face is getting red. It looks like at times she's trembling a little bit. It's kind of subtle, but I mean, I have it really big on my screen, so I can see that she's trembling a little bit. She's getting nervous. She's getting uncomfortable. Everybody's got receipts except for her. I really have to give it to Dr. Phil for his line of questioning and the way he's handling it. It's very nuanced, but he's really rattling this woman. And she's ridiculous. And now, after hearing from the baby daddy that never was one, I also feel as though maybe she's a sociopath.
You have a foundation? You're raising money?
On my face? Oh, yeah. That's something that I'm going to have to discuss in front of Courtney, because I was under the impression I didn't have to.
You know, I would think you'd want to
Not in front of
promote
Courtney. No, absolutely not with Courtney. Sitting here.
Well, we'll excuse Courtney for a few minutes. Let's excuse you for a few minutes, because I would think you'd want to promote your...
I do, but not with Courtney.
But she's gone.
Okay.
Okay, now tell me about your foundation.
It's a nonprofit org. You have to apply for a 501c3 license, and you also have to apply for a exemption to raise funds and participate in events and things like that. It's to help veterans that are homeless. We also talk to individuals online if they're having PTSD issues, things like that. And our ultimate goal is to make sure that not only veterans are established as individuals and getting the help that they need, but also other people, spouses and things of that nature that need their help. We haven't been able to proceed. We're not allowed to do a lot with the org at all until a 501c3 is cleared.
Okay. Here's what Amie told us about her nonprofit. She gives a little information about it. So.
I have a fake Instagram page where I can follow Amie and check in on what she's doing. Recently, I found out that she is starting a non-for-profit organization.
I'm currently part of an organization. I'm working with David, and he's the veteran. I connected with him on Instagram, and we had a long phone conversation about how we were both into helping veterans and helping others with mental health issues, whether it's bullying, which I've dealt with, PTSD, depression, things like that. We've actually had the opportunity to participate in a few events, and we've been blessed with raising $3,000 so far for the org.
She alleged to donate to veterans or people that have been suffering from Hurricane Irma. Amie is illegally taking donations without having their non-for-profit 501c3 clearance.
We're actually waiting on our 501c3 clearance to go through, and then we'll be able to start using those donations the best we can as an organization.
In order to have a non-for-profit group, you have to pass background checks. And Amie's not going to pass a background check. If David actually knew it was good for him, he would cut all his losses and run.
You can let me out this door right now. First of all, you better get your information straight.
David, thanks for being here.
Thank you, sir.
Do you have that effect on all women in your life? What happened here? I missed the.
I'm not sure.
What did she say to you?
She just said she was upset about Courtney.
From what I understand, she was raging backstage and throwing water bottles at people and really being quite oppositional.
You guys falsified. You know what? That's fine, dude. That's fine. I'm telling you right now, Justin. Falsified my ass. I'm telling you guys right now with your false. I came on this. Do you think for 1 minute you guys are joke? Come back to me. I'm gonna take. I want my phone and I want to go to the airport. I'm done.
Nobody
I'm done.
wants you to.
I'm done.
Tell me your involvement in this whole story.
Well, we met on Instagram, and I do motivational writing, and she wrote to me and just said,
She wrote to you?
She said, I love what you're doing. You're probably helping millions of people, and I said, thank you, and we just kept talking.
What did she tell you about her brother?
That he took his own life.
That he took his own life?
Yes, sir.
How did he do that?
She said,
That he actually had to twice.
Yes, sir.
To complete. I think once it went through the cheek or something, and he had
That's
to
what I was told, yes, sir.
crawl over. The fell. He had to crawl over, get it, and the second time to complete the task.
Yes, sir.
We ask everybody when they come here. We do structured interviews with them, just as we did you.
Yes, sir.
And you remember we asked you, do you have siblings? And are they all living? And if so, how old they are, and are they married, single, whatever? She told us that she had lost a brother at 18 months old.
Okay.
Just that when he was a baby, she had lost a brother.
Okay.
That was the only brother, and that was when she lost him in her life. She didn't say anything at all about a brother committing suicide. And the point about the foundation is we searched high and low in the registry, and there's no registration for her foundation, because if you do raise money and you're under the impression it's a 501c3 and it's not, which means people that are giving might think it's deductible, and it's not.
Right.
So then they claim a deduction and it's disallowed. Then they come back to you and they're upset. And if it's a fraud in the inducement, where they claim that they have a shared experience of losing a brother or something like that, and they find out that's not true, now you're in all kinds of problems.
Right,
so I'm just telling you to protect you.
Yes, sir.
That does not seem to be the case.
We've been very transparent about everything that we've been doing with the organization, and as far as letting people know that the paperwork isn't put through completely yet, so that if there are any kind of donations they're giving to us, it is under the impression that we haven't completed our registration yet.
Yeah, and you can do that with pending. Well, I've asked Courtney to come back out because I have some things I want to say to her. You've done your duty. It's time for you to say, I can let this go. I've done my social responsibility. I can move on. I'm done. I can move on. You need to give yourself permission to do that. And you really have helped some people pass the baton to me and move on. And you guys are, I get asked a lot, who does that? I'm the incurable optimist, and I don't think Amie is an evil person or a bad person. People lie for several different reasons. To take what is not rightfully theirs, escape accountability, create a fantasy or a false self-esteem to escape their mundane life. On the ugly side, they do it to inflict pain, avoid punishment, feel better in the moment, steal admiration, gain an advantage to exploit others. You know, these are the reasons that people lie.
It doesn't matter about your past. It doesn't matter about the things that you've done. It doesn't matter about your criminal history.
You deserve this, and I'm only doing this because
Thank you. Do it for him. Thank you.
There you go.
I'm going to excuse you now.
Let's help people.
No, because you know what? I'm going to pull away from yours.
We're already part of it. Let's just do this. Want to go finish this?
No, I thought I did, but looking at you, I don't.
So this was part 2 in a 2-part episode. Oh my god, this woman is absolutely ridiculous. I'm mad, guys. I'm really irritated with how she's treating this man at the end of the show. I'm just gonna jump into that first. This man is a veteran. He believed in her. This cause is important to him. He thinks that they are having a nonprofit to really help people, and this is what she's doing. And she says, now that I'm looking at you, I don't want to do it anymore. I feel bad for him because he's still trying to hang on to this with her. But the poor man is getting played right now. Her attitude is disgusting and I'm disgusted by it. She's so defensive. She's so angry at Courtney. I do understand Courtney has been doing this for 2 years. That's a long time to be actively engaged in online negativity towards her. But I don't really care about how it's affecting Amie right now. I care about how it's affecting Courtney. I think Courtney should stop for that reason because it's not necessarily good for her mental health. Amie's mental health is in the gutter right now. She needs a lot of help, but I don't know if she would even be willing to accept any help from Dr. Phil if he offered it, because look how she ran off the stage and threw water bottles at the cameras and is yelling at people and cursing at people and blaming everyone and refuses to take any accountability for her own behavior. I had a roommate who behaved like this. Actually, I lived with her for 1 month, and for the last couple weeks, I really thought she might stab me in my sleep. And then how else would you watch Dr. Phil on Facebook? People like this, I don't think are safe to be around. But what did you guys think about this one? Why do you think she might be doing this? Do you think that she's just miserable in her life and this brings her joy? Is it possible that she did suffer a miscarriage at one point and that kind of triggered her to start faking pregnancies and miscarriages? Or do you think it's all lies? Do you agree with the former fake baby daddy that actually she's just a sociopath and it's all a game to her? You guys let me know what you think about this. Drop it in the comments.